Good morning. Right, this is a bit of a different vlog for you today. So, I am doing something really brave for myself, and I'm actually not feeling very nervous about it. You're probably thinking, what on earth are you talking about? Well, I am actually going into town today with my mum, and she is paying for an early Christmas present for me, and I am actually having my hair permed. Yes, you heard right, permed. Now, I actually have naturally curly hair, but over the years, I have abused my hair to the point of it being very thin and straggly. I don't think it's all down to me abusing it, because I have worn it now curly for a number of years, and I've grown it out of my bob that I used to have, which I used to love my bob, but I grew it out because I thought I needed to try and sort of keep the condition in it as much as possible by trying to go with my natural sort of wave. And now, back in the day when I was younger, it was a very big frizzy curly mess, basically quite thick and wiry, and it was very hard to control. And I used to hate it because I just found back then, before ceramic straighteners were even invented, it was very hard to get my hair to stay straight because any sort of damp weather, it would just frizz it out. And basically, throughout my very early teens through to my 20s, it was just horrendous. And then the ceramic straighteners came out and were a lifesaver. And I really have enjoyed using those over the years. And I've always had a straight fringe, regardless of how I've had my hair. And I've had my hair in very many different styles over the years, different hair colours and everything. But over the last few years, especially since I've had my twins, so they're now 7, I have had my own natural colour. So this is my natural colour. I haven't dyed it whatsoever, so there's no chemical on my hair at the moment. And as you can see, I've got it straight with a little bit of crimp in it. And the reason I put a bit of crimp in it is because when it's just straight, it is really thin and flat against my head. And I always wear my clips because obviously that gives me a little bit of volume at the side of my head, because otherwise it's just really flat to my head, even if I have it curly. So as you've seen the last few years, I've had it curly. But this last year, I don't know what's happened, but my curl has gone significantly. And I always put like a mousse in it and diffuse it, and I've done that all the time. I've tried creams, I've tried gels, I've tried numerous other styling products to try and introduce, well, you know, to sort of get the curl back, but it just hasn't worked. So I've always used mousse because that's always been the best one, and it needs a bit of grit in it as well to hold the curl. So yeah, and I only wash my hair twice a week, so it's not as if I over process it with shampooing and stuff like that. So anyway, this is the reason I have decided to try out a perm. So I went in a couple of weeks ago into my mum's hairdressers in town, because I always have a hairdresser come to my house to do my hair because I hate going to the hairdresser. And basically, they said my hair was suitable for a perm and that they were going to put bigger rollers in it, so it's not going to be like an 80s style. So we're going to see how it goes today. So I'm going to kind of do a vlog about it and see, yeah, how I like it. Obviously it's permanent, so it is what it is. If I don't like it, I will just have to deal with it. You know, it's not the end of the world. It will grow out. My hair grows pretty quickly. And I'm sure the curl will be much better than my straggly mess at the moment when I diffuse it, because it's just disheartening when you spend that amount of time underneath the diffuser, because I can only have it on a low power as well because my hair's quite fine, so it flies around everywhere. So it takes me forever to dry it, and then it looks quite nice when it's first been done, but as the day goes on, it obviously drops out and just looks like a straggly mess. And then obviously the next day it looks even flatter because the curl's completely gone and I have to sort of re-wet it to get the curl to come back. So we're going to see how a perm goes. I'm quite excited. Yeah, like I say, I'm not nervous, because what will be. I'm not really having anything cut off the length, I don't think, because I had a good 2 inches taken off it recently. So yeah, we shall see how we go. Okay, see you later. Right, I'm in the car with my mum. She's taken me to have the perm done. I am yeah, I'm not feeling nervous. I'm fine. I know I'm not going to like it how they do it when I first come out of the salon. So I don't know if I will share how I look when I come out, because I will need to come home and style it myself, especially my fringe, because nobody can do my fringe the way I do. This is why I don't like going to the hairdressers, because they can't style it the way I like it. And my hair's always been very difficult, hasn't it, Mum?
Yes, I carried such a fussy faggot.
I am, yeah. So yeah, this is you know, it's going to be quite a day. I'm not really sure how long it takes. I don't know what it's going to be like. You know, it's all new. This is a completely different scenario to what I've ever done. I've always straightened, haven't I, in the day?
Yeah.
Back in the day, Mum.
Yeah, you are.
But yeah, now going for a perm. My best friend used to have a perm, and I said to her, I said, do you remember having a perm? And she's got like sort of natural wave in her hair as well. She said she used to have a spiral perm. So I don't even know if that's a thing these days or not. I'm not too sure. So we will see how it goes. My appointment is at 9:30, so it's 10 to 9 at the moment. Just dropped the boys at school. Mum's picked me up, and she's going to sort of hang around with me today
Or do a bit of shopping.
and do a bit of shopping whilst I'm in there. Yeah. So yeah, I will report back shortly. See you in a bit. Bye. Right, I'm fresh out of the hairdressers. It's mega poodly. I do really like it actually. It's been a long time since I've had this amount of curl in my hair, since I was probably in my very early 20s. She hasn't straightened my fringe, she's literally just blow dried it, and it's doing a weird kind of going that way. So once I get home and sort that out, so I'm not overly happy about that. But overall, the actual curl itself, yeah, I'm really pleased with, because I think obviously that will drop as well. She said not to wash it for 48 hours, but look how curly that is. And it does remind me of my old hair. I mean, I don't know what she put in it. It wasn't mousse like I use. It was like some kind of cream. So I will put my mousse in it because that's a little bit frizzy there. So yeah, and I will diffuse it obviously myself. But I am impressed with how the curl is taken, and secondly that I quite like it fresh out of the salon, because I don't usually like how I look when I come fresh out of the salon. I'm not one of these people that will go and get a wash and blow dry to go out to a party. Hell no, my word. You know, so I've put my clips back in, and I need to put my brown spray on because I'm very thin at the sides of my head.
See what the boys are going to call you.
Yeah, I don't know whether they're going to like it. The boys will be like, oh, I don't know about this situation, but yeah, so it's a little bit frizzy. So I'm going to go, I'll sort my fringe out, and I'll perhaps do a proper film of like my finished hair, and I'll also show it after I've washed it myself on Wednesday. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. She took a very, very small amount off the ends as well. So it has boinged up quite a bit, so it's quite a lot shorter. But anyway, yeah, all good so far. Right, I'm back home, and this is the finished result. I mean, I only had a very small amount taken off, I think like literally a centimetre, but because of the curl, it's really boinged up, so it's only just past my shoulders, which is probably the shortest I've had it since growing out my bob. And I'm really, really pleased. It's much curlier than I thought it was going to be, because I didn't think it was going to be as poodle-like as it is, but I actually really, really like it. I genuinely do. And I have to say, I'm over the moon with how it is looking. I put my clips in again because that's just my little style thing that I do. I think it's because I have a straight fringe, and the difference between the straight fringe and the curls, I find it weird to have it down. I expect once it drops a little bit, I may be able to wear it down if I've got a little bit of a straighter root. She left these bits straight here. I think they were difficult to get into a roller, which is fine, you know, because that sort of just blends in anyway. And she's told me not to wash it for 48 hours. And then in the morning, she said sort of just to spritz it with some water, and then to sort of just scrunch it and diffuse it if I want to then, which I may well do. But I'm really pleased with the volume because it's all the way around, you know, the volume. Really, really pleased with it. It takes me back to when my hair was like this, when I was in my early 20s. This is probably the last time that I saw it this curly, because throughout most of my 20s, to be honest, I straightened it, I highlighted it, I had it in a blonde highlighted bob. If I can find some photos, I will be, shall I move over? I'll share them on the screen if I can find them. Yeah, and share with you my hair over the years basically, but I've been brown since having the twins. I think I went back brown actually when I had Harry, but then I think I did go blonde as well when I had him, so I think I was all over the place with my hair, but I definitely stuck to having brown hair since having the twins, and I grew it out from the bob probably about 3-4 years ago, so it's a lot shorter than it has been, because it was down here at one point, and then I had 2 inches off a few weeks ago, and since obviously today I've had a small section off, and the curls have pumped it up. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased. It will obviously drop out a little bit when I come to wash it myself and over time, but I would not hesitate to go back and have another perm, that is for sure. What I will say is that my hair has been thinning since the age of about 30, because I got married when I was 30 to Simon, and I noticed I had quite a thin patch on this side here. And I have been disguising it with Batiste brown shampoo, dry shampoo. And when I was at the hairdressers last week, they said, oh, you shouldn't be doing that because it can block up your pores and or follicles. And create hair loss that way. And I was like, goodness, I hadn't even thought about that, because I was just hiding my scalp. Because I've got dark hair, my scalp is obviously a lot more visible than if I had blonde hair. And I think that's why I didn't used to hide it so much up at only sort of the last few years, really, because having the blonde highlights, it wasn't that noticeable, the difference between the blonde and my scalp. So she told me to use this, which I thought I'd share with you, which is L'Oreal covers roots. It's Magic Retouch, basically, this. So it's for people that dye their hair and you get a little bit of regrowth, and it's to cover the regrowth in between having it dyed, I suppose. But because I'm really lucky at the moment, I don't actually have that many greys. I have a few sporadic whites, if anything, at the side of my head. So although I am thin in there, I am obviously getting new hair there because it's white. And I have on occasion pulled it out, which I know I shouldn't because I'm losing hair there anyway. But I don't think the hair loss is due to me abusing my hair over the years, although I don't think that has obviously helped. But I don't abuse it half as much as other people abuse their hair. And I don't feel like I deserve the hair loss that I'm getting. I mean, at the minute, you're not going to be able to see it because I've sprayed this on. But basically, this section here at the side of my temples, especially on this one side, it's quite thin, and it does bother me, you know, because women shouldn't lose their hair. It's a man thing usually, but I know there's something called female pattern hair loss, which is what I think I have got. I don't think I have alopecia. It's just something that's sort of happened, and I am going to be having some bloods done to check my hormones, to see if there is any hormone deficiency anywhere. I mean, sometimes I know it can be your thyroid that affects it. It could be that you're anemic and are lacking in iron. I do eat a very varied diet. I eat pretty well, you know. So yeah, I like vegetables. I like salads. I like meats and things, you know. I eat a variety, so I feel like I'm getting my protein, my carbs, and all my nutrients and vitamins and that kind of thing from my foods. But I have started taking some, I think they're called like hair gummies, which have got a bit of collagen in and biotin. And I've started taking some sea kelp tablets and some vitamin B tablets just to help with my hair, basically, and my nails and skin and that kind of thing. I don't really suffer too much with my skin. I've been really, really fortunate that I haven't suffered with that acne or anything like that. But my nails have always been pretty poor. I didn't inherit my mum's strong nails. But yeah, so with regards to the hair, that's what I'm using for now, because that doesn't block up your follicles. So we'll see if any regrowth happens with what I'm taking. And I would just be interested to see if my bloods do bring anything back. I'm at an age where I could be perimenopausal, but I don't feel like I am. I don't feel like I need to be put on any hormone replacement treatment yet. I'm 44, so it could be that I am starting that kind of stage of my life. I don't know. But yeah, I don't feel like I need to. I think I do suffer with headaches at time of the month, which I never used to. So that is a new thing. But yeah, so who knows? Anyway, so I thought I'd just share this journey with you. And before I upload this video, what I will do is share how I got on with washing it myself. So today is Monday, and I'll be washing it on maybe Wednesday, Thursday sort of time. So I will upload once I've done it myself, and just to see the difference, really. I mean, she used it looked like a cream that she put in my hair. And I do have some creams upstairs, which I've used in the past, which just didn't seem to work on my natural curl. It just didn't hold the curl. It didn't have enough grit in it. So I've always used mousse. So I'm going to try my mousse. I will try the cream that I've got upstairs. And who knows, I could try some other products, because now I've got this curl. Hopefully this will stick around. I mean, I'm looking in the camera now, and I really do like it. It is a lot curlier than I thought it was going to be, because I thought she was going to use larger rollers, but the size of the rollers that she used were probably only about that big, I would say. So yeah, not tiny, but there was certainly enough going down my head. Looked pretty funky. So I'll insert a photo of me at the hairdressers. I don't know if I've already inserted that, but yeah. So I'm just really pleased, but I'll come back to you in a couple of days' time, 2 to 3 days' time, see how I've got on, because I usually just wash my hair, like I say, 2 times a week. I wash it, had it like curly down for a couple of days, then I put it in my plaits for a couple of days, and that's kind of how I rotate it. You know, so I'm not going to put my hair up in my plaits because I don't want to stretch the curl out, so I will try and keep it like this. Now, my best friend, she messaged me and said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "Might need a hair bonnet." She was like, "What? What is one of those?" And I was like, "It's one of these like silk bonnets that you can wear if you've got curly hair." and you slip it on at night, and it's to protect your hair from like rubbing all over the pillow and getting frizzy and all that kind of stuff. And she said, oh my goodness. And I said, no, really, I probably won't use one of those because I won't like it on my fringe unless I could get one to sit, I don't know, like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So anyway, I thought I'd just sit down and share with you. I've sorted my fringe out now because I did upload a photo on Instagram of me fresh out of the salon. I think I was in New Look because I had to take something back. And I took a photo of myself in there. And my fringe was just all over the place, as you saw in the video a bit earlier on. But now I've done that myself, I feel much more me. And I told you, no hairdresser can do my fringe, like nobody. Anyway, but yes, so that is my journey so far. I shall see you in a couple of days, and you can see how I've got on with washing and drying it myself. Right, I thought I'd just quickly come on and check in with you. We are now on Wednesday afternoon and I haven't washed the hair as yet. So as you can see, it's still pretty curly, looking quite voluminous still. And I'm really pleased with that because obviously I've slept on it now for 2 nights. And although it has gone a little bit fluffy on areas, or in areas rather, I just spritzed it with a little bit of curl spray that I got and just used a little bit of mousse as well to sort of scrunch it up like that. And that seems to have helped with the frizz that was happening. I haven't done anything with the back because I don't sleep on my back, so I haven't sort of rubbed it on the pillow. And I've just been sleeping on my side. You know, I don't wear my clips in bed obviously, but it still sticks out where I've had the clips in. So I'm going to be washing my hair tomorrow morning. I'm a little bit nervous about doing it because I'm not really sure how it's going to look afterwards. I think I'm just worried that I'm going to lose the curl that I've got because I really do like it, because I like the volume that it's given me. I feel like I look younger. I think it's because it looks very similar to how I used to wear it years and years ago. But yeah, I'm just worried at like how much it's going to drop out after I've washed it, and I hope I'm still going to like it. So fingers crossed it's not going to drop too much. I mean, my mum back in the day used to have perms, you know, I think it was like in the 80s, and she said that she only had it done twice a year. So I'm thinking that her curl held pretty well for her to only have it done twice a year, and she used to prefer it a little bit more dropped out anyway. But yeah, I mean, as my hair has got sort of a naturally curly base to it, I'm hoping that my curl will hold a little bit longer. And, you know, I won't hesitate to go back and have a perm anyway again. But yeah, so I'm really pleased with how it is at the moment. The fact I haven't washed it for 3 days. Which is normal for me anyway, but I haven't tied it up at all. And usually I have to do that by about the 2nd day because it's gone a bit greasy. This isn't greasy at all. So it has probably dried my hair out a little bit. I tend to have dry ends and greasy kind of roots. So even my fringe is not too bad at the minute. So yeah, I'm going to wash it in the morning and I shall come back to you so you can see how it is, and hopefully I will be reporting that I still like it and that the curl will still be there, and I've obviously hopefully been able to do it myself okay, because my diffuser is slightly larger than the one they used in the salon, and I'll be putting mousse on my hair, so it's a little bit different to what they used. If that doesn't work, then I'll probably ring them up and say, what did you use? And yeah, and try something similar to that. But yeah, I'm really pleased. So far so good anyway, that this week it's lasted really nicely with sleeping on it, because I haven't got a satin pillowcase or silk pillowcase or anything like that. It's just, I've actually got my brushed cotton pillowcase on at the minute, so that would probably make it even frizzier. But anyway, so that's my little update for now, and I shall see you tomorrow when I've washed it. Bye. Good morning, we are on Thursday, so this is day, I'd say 3 of the perm. And today was the first day of washing it, and I was really nervous. In actual fact, so nervous that I didn't sleep very well. I mean, how stupid is that? So ridiculous. But I was just worried that all the curls were just going to be gone. You know, it's my first experience of having a perm, and I don't really know what to expect. And every person's hair behaves differently, doesn't it? Regardless of how other people's perms go and that kind of thing. So I wasn't really sure. So this is the washed result, and I just used a shampoo that I'd already got, which was like a everyday use kind of shampoo for sort of dry damaged hair, and to give it moisture. It's one that I've just bought from Aldi, so it's nothing special at all. And then for my conditioner I used the Pantene Repair and Protect conditioner, but it's in a tub, so it's like a sort of hair mask. I think you can leave it in if you like, but I do wash it out because I don't like the feel of my hair with a product in like that. And I don't overly use it. I just do one wash of the shampoo and then one condition. So I did that, but I was consciously making the effort whilst in the shower to sort of scrunch as I was putting the product in. So rather than sort of dragging it through my hair as I used to. So I was making more of an effort like that to try and sort of keep the curl pattern there. And I'm really pleased with the curl that I have. So as you can see, the curl is still there. So I really didn't have anything to worry about whatsoever. Even to the point that when I put my mousse in, it actually was so curly. I was like, wow, this is great. You know, there was no straight bits whatsoever, because they did perm it from the root as well, so they didn't leave any gap at the top. It's not as voluminous at the top as it was, but I think that's because now I've washed it, it does feel a lot more softer and silky. So perhaps their shampoo and conditioner is, you know, a bit different to mine. And then I've obviously used mousse rather than what they did in my hair. Now the mousse I used, in actual fact, I'm going to grab it so I can show you. So this is the mousse that I use. It's John Frieda Frizz Ease Dream Curls. And it's got heat protection in it, and it's a curl reviver mousse, and it says it defines and holds curls, and it's got rose hip oil for wavy and curly hair. So I put that in, and I have used that obviously before I had my perm. The only thing with this is that I do feel that it's not got enough grit in it. You know, like I said before, I like to have a bit of grit in my hair to sort of hold it. So I feel that this is a little bit soft. So prior to this one, I was using the Curl Company mousse, and I'll insert a photo of what that looks like. And I can only get that off Amazon now. They did used to sell it in like Tesco's and things like that, but they just don't sell it there anymore. It's about £7 a bottle, which I think is about average for a decent mousse. But that one, I felt it has a little bit more residue to it, to the point that when I put it in my hair, I can feel like the product more, whereas this feels just like I'm putting nothing in, if that makes sense. So I'm pleased with the results today. I did have a couple of bits on either side of where I've clipped it up where it was a little bit more of a wave rather than the curl that I've got everywhere else. So I did have to use my waver on this bit here and I think that bit there. So only on a couple of pieces. It's not enough for me to think, oh, I've got to go back and get them to re-perm it. It's really not enough, because I think depending on what product I use, it will depend how like those pieces will behave. So I think I'm going to try the other mousse, and I've ordered it from Amazon, so it's arriving tomorrow. So the next time I wash my hair, I will try that. I have had people recommend Only Curls London. Now they do a variety of products and they all look amazing, you know, like when they show the models doing their hair and they get these amazing results. Which is all very well, but obviously, like I say, everybody's hair behaves differently. And in the past, I have bought products like that. I think it was Coconut. I ordered a load of different creams and gels and all sorts of stuff, and it just didn't do anything for my hair. Obviously, my hair just didn't want to behave in a way that they were showing on other people's hair, but also as well because my hair had gone significantly straighter than it ever has done before naturally. It just didn't want to curl, you know, the curl wasn't really there, I suppose, to enhance. But now I've got the curl, obviously from the perm, that may well have worked. I think I've only got one product left upstairs, which is a cream, so I could try that as well. So it's going to be a case of trial and error, I think. But I am really pleased with the curl after my first wash. It hasn't really dropped at all. You know, but like I say, it does feel a little bit softer. So I've put my mousse in it, I've diffused it, and I turned my head upside down and diffused it towards the end as well. And so I sort of go like that initially with the diffuser, and then whilst it's still a bit damp at the roots, I turn my head upside down and then do the rest. And I put it on a medium heat setting, medium speed as well. And then after that, I put my clips in, I kind of give it a bit of a scrunch, and I sprayed a bit of very light hairspray on it, and that's it. So I've been out on the school run and it's very windy today, so yeah, it hasn't ruined it at all. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. This is my thinner side, so I always have sort of more volume on that side, as you can see, and that side is a lot thinner because I do have that thinning section there. So yeah, and I did, after I diffused it, sort of fluff it up at the roots a bit like that as well, just to get a bit of volume into it, because I think it does need a little bit of fluff to give it that body, because if you have too much product on it and it's just all weighed down, it will just obviously go really flat. So yeah, I'm pleased to report that I'm happy after my first wash because I was really nervous. Now, tomorrow I'm going off on camp with the cubs for the weekend, so I obviously won't wash it whilst I'm there. I haven't tied it up really other than using my clips at the moment. I've just slept in it down in bed, which I found a little bit annoying, so I'm kind of flicking it out of the way all the time. All the time. I haven't slept on my back because I don't tend to do that anyway. So maybe that's why there was a few straighter pieces at the side because that's where I'm sleeping on it. I don't know. Anyway, it's no big deal. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased. And I've watched a couple of like YouTube videos of people with permed hair to see how they do it. And I think a lot of them have got a lot thicker hair than I have. So I'm not going to get the results that they do, that's for sure. But yeah, I am just pleased to report that 1, I'm so happy that I went for the perm. 2, I'm really happy with the curl definition that the perm has given me and that my hair has taken to it. Maybe it's because I've got like a curly base to start with. And 3, I'm happy with how the curls have gone since my own washing method. And I will move forwards with trying different products and see which works best for me really. And it would just be interesting to see how long the curls will last and when I need to go back and have another perm. I obviously don't want to be going back too regularly because obviously it's a chemical on your hair. And with my thinning, I'm very aware of, you know, that being a delicate area basically. I had my bloods done on Wednesday, so I have now got to wait for about a week or so to get the results, so we'll see what they say. Anyway, thank you ever so much to everybody who has commented on my photos that I put up on Instagram, and thank you to those as well who shared their journey with their hair, because a few of you have commented that you've had thinning hair as well, and things like that. So I know this video is on my sewing channel and it's nothing related to obviously sewing and stuff, but I just thought I'd share this journey with you because it was something completely new for me, and it may well help any of you out there as well who has similar hair to me where it's thinned and you've lost your natural curl. And that's another thing, I was reading on the Only Curls website people's comments and things, and a lot of people who have started going through the menopause have actually had their hair go curly and other people who were naturally curly have had it changed so it's gone straight. So, you know, it may be hormonal why my curls dropped out as well. It's, you know, because I think there is a 7-year kind of transition period with your hair apparently, where it changes. So yeah, you know, maybe that's it's my turn to have my change right now. But yeah, I am really pleased with my curl. You know, I just love touching them and I love the volume and I love how they look. I'm actually really happy with the length as well, because initially when she said, oh, should I trim a little bit? I was like, oh, I don't really want to lose any of the length, but actually I really like it. I think it helps with the volume because it's not too heavy, because obviously before it was down here near enough, I think. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. So anyway, I thank you very much for joining me for my journey. I'll obviously be doing my normal sewing channel that will resume now, and you'll see as the time goes on how my hair is basically in those videos. So yeah, we shall see how it goes, and hopefully it won't be, you know, a long time before, or won't be too short a time before I have another perm. So let's hope this one lasts. So thank you very much for watching. Please do give this video a like. Please subscribe if you've not already done so. That would be lovely, and I shall see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.